Hello! For Project 5, our group of data research interns will be presenting on advanced data cleaning techniques. This presentation was made by Siddharth, Anna, Sophia, and Prasamsha. To get started, I'll go over a brief intro into what data is and why exactly we need data cleaning. Data is the foundation for analysis and decision making. It provides informed insights, measurements, and evidence for improvements of countless different organizations or businesses. However, raw data is typically littered with inconsistencies and imperfections, examples of which we will go over soon. This can lead to inaccurate results, which is why data cleaning is so essential. Advanced data techniques make the process of cleaning more efficient and easier when handling data sets of any size. Later in this presentation, we will discuss different methods of data cleaning and what might work best in a given situation. Data cleaning is such a crucial step in analysis, but it can vary significantly depending on the nature of data and the goal of the analysis. Primary differences between basic and advanced data cleaning lie in their complexity, focus areas, and techniques employed. Basic data cleaning is more cosmetic and addresses surface-level issues that can be corrected quickly, such as extra spaces, spelling errors, and duplicates in data sets. They are typically used with smaller data sets and may be inspected visually. Adjustments can be made manually or through standard software like Excel or Google Sheets. Advanced data cleaning addresses more complex or hidden issues such as missing data strategies, inconsistent data, structural errors across multiple sources, and outliers in data. Advanced changes like these require more elaborate and sophisticated algorithms with more computational power that can handle small adjustments in large data sets. The goal of advanced data cleaning would be to ensure data is reliable and robust enough to support complex analyses and predictive modeling.
Hello, in this section, I'll walk you through how advanced tools and automation can make data cleaning much faster and easier during internships. When you are helping with reports, outreach, or research, you'll often get messy spreadsheets. That's totally normal. But here is good news. Many companies use tools like Excel Power Query, Python with Pandas, and sometimes R to clean data. These tools save time, reduce manual errors, and let you focus on real analysis, not copy pasting all day. Let's start with Power Query. Power Query is a built-in feature in Excel, which is Microsoft spreadsheet software. It works with rows and columns with numbers, names, and other information. With Power Query, you can clean and transform data without writing a single line of code. That makes it a great starting point for interns or beginners. You can use it to remove duplicates, merge multiple sheets into one table, filter out unnecessary rows, fix inconsistent formats like phone numbers or dates. Let's see the following example. Let's say you're helping the data research team to combine contact lists from different sources. You notice repeated names and messy phone numbers like in this table. So here we can see that Maria Lopez and John Smith have repeated names. So in Power Query, you just go to Home and then click Remove Rows and then click Remove Duplicates, and that tool automatically cleans the data. You'll see a step-by-step log of what's being applied in the Apply Steps window. And now you got your table clean, ready to send or using reports. The next one is Python with Pandas. Now let's talk about Python, a coding language that's perfect for cleaning large or recurring data sets. Interns in areas like marketing, real estate, or finance often receive huge files with thousands of rows. Instead of clicking through each row, you can use Python's Pandas library to clean everything in seconds. With Pandas, you can write short scripts that automate tasks like removes rows from with missing data, removes messy symbols like uh, the dollar sign or the percentage sign, removes repeated rows, fills in blank cells with values you choose. And once you have your script and it works, you can reuse it every week. Let's see the next example. Imagine you're working with price data full of missing values, dollar signs, and duplicates, like in this table. Here, this is a simple script, and after running this script, you get a clean table with no missing prices, clean numeric values, and no dollar sign, like in the table that is after pandas. And now you can reuse this code next time and save tons of time. So some quick tips for best practices is document your steps so teammates and future you understand the cleaning process. Test scripts on small sample before applying to a full dataset. Choose the right tool. Use Power Query for fast, no-code cleaning in Excel, and use Python for bigger datasets or tasks you repeat often.
My name is Prasamsha, and I will be going over complex and big data cleaning. The subtopics that I will be talking about are the challenges with big data cleaning, handling large data sets, scheme matching and data integration, text cleaning techniques, and validation and monitoring. So the challenges with big data cleaning include data volume, data variety, and data velocity. The first one is data volume, and this is when extremely large data sets make traditional cleaning methods slow or inefficient. And it also requires computing systems like Hadoop or Spark to process efficiently. The second is data variety. So big data comes from multiple sources and different formats such as structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. And combining and cleaning these diverse data types could be challenging, especially when dealing with nested JSON logs, images, or sensor data within the same pipeline. The third is data velocity. So data often arrives in high speeds, continuously and rapidly in real time. And cleaning data while maintaining low latency is challenging because errors or inconsistencies have to be handled immediately without slowing down the pipeline. Now I will be talking about handling a large data set. So the first is batch processing, and this is ideal when working with historical data where we don't need immediate results. Using tools like Apache Spark or Hadoop, we can process large volumes of data efficiently, performing transformations and cleaning at scale across distributed systems. The next one is stream processing, and this is necessary for real-time applications such as fraud detection or monitoring sensor data. And here we use tools like Apache Flink and Kafka Streams to process data as it arrives, allowing us to clean, transform, and analyze the data immediately. The third one is data partitioning. And when dealing with large data sets, it would be helpful to divide data into smaller manageable chunks. And partitioning allows for parallel processing, which can speed up computation and reduce memory consumption. Then, sampling strategies is also a helpful way. And before processing the entire data set, we can test cleaning strategies on subsets. And we can do this by using stratified sampling to ensure that each segment of the data is fairly represented during testing so we don't miss issues that might appear only in specific groups. Finally is cloud solutions and cloud services like AWS Glue, Google Cloud Dataflow, and Azure Data Factory provide and allow us to handle large datasets without worrying about infrastructure limitations, letting us scale our cleaning processes as our data grows while also offering monitoring and automation capabilities to simplify maintenance. Now I will be talking about schema matching and data integration, which are crucial steps in big data cleaning and preparation. So first is schema matching. Schema matching aligns columns with the same meaning but different names across datasets. For example, one dataset may have a column named customer ID, while another one uses cust ID. And schema matching basically helps resolve these naming inconsistencies with different data types and variations in column order so we can combine the data sets accurately. The next one is data standardization. Even after aligning schemas, we often encounter inconsistent data formats across sources. For example, one system might store data as month, day, year, while another uses year, month, day. And data standardization basically converts these into consistent formats. It also includes normalizing units, such as converting kilograms to pounds or standardizing currencies and ensuring consistent text encodings. The third is entity resolution, also known as record linkage, and this process detects and merges duplicate or fragmented records that refer to the same real-world entity across datasets. This step is essential to avoid double counting and to ensure clean data for analysis. Lastly is data integration across sources. So after matching schemas and resolving entities, we need to combine data from different systems such as database and cloud platforms. And this process handles semantic mismatches, schema drift, and missing keys during data integration. Next, I will be talking about essential text cleaning techniques used in preparing unstructured data for analysis. So the first is basic pre-processing, and this step involves removing punctuation, special characters, and HTML tags from our text data. We also convert text to lowercase, strip unnecessary whitespace, and remove digits if they are not relevant for our analysis. Next is tokenization and stop word removal. So tokenization basically breaks down text into smaller units, typically words or phrases, which make it easier to analyze. We then perform stop word removal, which is filtering out common words like the and is, which typically add little analytical value and can add noise to our data. Third is lemmatization and steaming. So steaming cuts words down to their root forms by removing suffixes. For example, running would become run and then happily would become happy. And lemmatization uses vocabulary to return the base dictionary form of a word. For example, better would be normalized to good. And finally is spelling correction and named entity recognition. So spelling correction fixes common typos in the text, and then named entity recognition identifies and classifies proper nouns such as people, places, organizations, and dates within the text.
So now, moving on to um, ethics, for how ethics should be incorporated when the data is being cleaned. First of all, it is important to ensure both precision and accuracy in data cleaning in order for so that data cleaning is not accidentally misrepresented and the outcomes that remain unbiased. The assumptions that have been made at the start of the data analysis process, these must be upheld throughout the project lifecycle. It's also very important that informed consent is present throughout the data analysis process. For example, individuals should be well aware of their confidential healthcare or financial data, how it's being used by organizations, by different organizations to drive business decisions, and what exactly corporations know about them. Transparency is the key throughout this process, between the company and its customers. In addition, only the data that only the data that is necessary should be kept in order for the user safety that's not being compromised. Finally, it's lastly, it's also important to maintain both data quality and integrity. It's important to maintain them on a physical level as well. Data cleaning, this is done to make sure that there's a baseline level of quality to the data being used for both dashboards as well as custom scripts. It gets a lot more difficult to use tools like Tableau and Metabase to further break down data if it hasn't passed basic quality checks. So now we move on to the best practices for advanced data cleaning. There are many different key components to this. Oftentimes, the same basic quality checks needs to be done on a dataset in order to ensure of baseline level of cleanliness. First off, first of all, errors need to be reduced as much as possible by looking at a quick overview of the data. It can be done by running descriptive statistics as well as a null value analysis, and by classifying as well also by classifying variables to determine further cleaning strategies. Duplicate data must also be removed. It's important to ensure that certain data points that are not being overrepresented. It is also important to make sure that the data formatting is as straightforward as possible in order so that the logic can be understood by a third party and the results can be validated if necessary. Lastly, unnecessary data must be eliminated. This is key to ensuring that the code for the actual data analysis is running as efficiently as possible and that memory isn't being wasted. Documentation is the key throughout this process to show what fields and rows have been removed so that if necessary we can backtrack through the process and check for errors if needed. We can also use many different tools like pandas to detect redundant or duplicate systems. Keeping a log also helps to remove rows. Thank you for listening to everyone.